Alright, ladies and gents, this is Trip Trigger here. Um, Sorry about the low production value and all this, and have you. I'm literally recording this from my cell phone. I just finished watching a couple fights tonight. One was, of course, Bellator 149, and the other one being the Victory Fighting Championships 49. Um, Now, I'm not going to cover all the fights from Bellator, just the co-main and the main. And of course, the only two fights I got to see from Victory was the co-main and the main event as well. Um, just future reference, these analysis videos are going to be a little more organized in the future, with full breakdowns of the fighters and their fights and so on. But just covering what I was able to see tonight, it was actually pretty interesting. Let's start with the Bellator fight. Bellator 149 overall, a great card of fights. Leading into the co-main and the main event, which I thought were gonna kind of be a joke anyway, more for ratings than anything. And it's kind of how it panned out. Kimbo Slice versus Dada 5000 was a joke. Mind you, this is coming from somebody who's not a fighter. I understand that it's a much harder thing than it looks like, but that was that was bad. That was really bad. I can't believe the whole fight drug out till the third round. However long it lasted in the third round, the fact that Dada just completely collapsed from exhaustion, it was just overall something rough to watch, and I did a lot more laughing than anything else. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were some spots, giant athletes slinging lunchboxes at each other. It could be exciting at any minute, so it had me the whole time, but ultimately it just ended up being a joke. More people laughing than anything. I mean, from what I understand, Dada was taken out on a stretcher, so I do hope he's okay, and I do wish him the best, but for sure work on that technique a little bit. And Kimbo, you've been at it for a little while now. Cardio, dude, for sure. So stepping on to the main event, Hoist Gracie and Ken Shamrock getting a couple fossils in there for some ratings, calling it some big rivalry. I knew it wasn't going to be much of anything, just bearing in mind that Ken Shamrock lost to Kimbo Slice. Um, you know, but all that aside, it wasn't terrible. Like the technique was there. It's a shame that it had to go down with the groin shot like that, but it is what it is. I wasn't expecting anything spectacular out of that. Bellator overall really stepping up their game. Great fights outside of the co-main and the main event, and at least the co-main and the main event were entertaining. Big plus, their entrances are phenomenal, absolutely amazing. Um, so, aside from that, I ended up just kind of sidestepping over into watching the Victory fights, Victory 48. Um, and it was just by chance, it's on Fight Pass. I saw the ads for it. I thought I'd check it out. And I recognized who Jason Jackson was, a person fighting for the vacant welterweight title in the main event. Unfortunately, I only got tuned in at the start of the second round for the co-main, and man, that was a really exciting fight. I was Young versus Olsen, and that was just absolutely incredible. I ended up going to decision, but for a decision fight, it was incredibly entertaining. Um, I wish I had actually given it more of a breakdown, so I had more to report, but it was absolutely worth watching. One of the best fights I saw all night. And then, of course, the following fight, the main event between Jason Jackson and I forget the other gentleman's first name, but it's something Moreno. And of course, no disrespect to him and his impressive record. It was just not a very long fight. Jason Jackson is a monster. He came flying out, took him out fast. He just couldn't handle the strikes. It was TKO in the first round, taking that welterweight title. Uh, Overall, incredibly impressive. So they earned a fan tonight. Definitely ready for their fight. Their next one, I believe, is April 1st, and that'll be VFC 49. I recommend everybody tunes in because if it's anything like the fights that they had tonight and the highlights I was seeing from the earlier ones, it's going to be impressive and very well worth it. So I guess that's it. Like I said, again, sorry about the low production. This is literally shot from my cell phone. It'll get better from here, but this is entry number 1 of Trip Trigger's MMA analysis. I'll get a better name at some point, but till next time.